And all that after paying $4,000 to cruise. You know, he booked the stateroom on the Royal Caribbean ship because it calls itself accessible for people with disabilities. But in the end, when he had a minor accident, he says it didn't end up being that way and he was kicked off.
Had been a frustrated nudist all my life and finally figured that before I exit this Vale of Tears, I'm going to give it a try and see if it's as good as they say it was.
10 days of sailing through the Caribbean in the buff. It was on Jim Keskeny's bucket list, but he says a small accident in the bathroom caused him to be kicked to the curb.
They used that as an excuse to take me to the doctor and say that you're not fit to travel the rest of the time yourself.
In a letter sent to Jim's attorney, Richard Bernstein, Royal Caribbean states that the fall made them feel like Jim is an invalid in need of 24-hour care and had to go. So after only 4 days on board, he was put off in Guadeloupe, went through Haiti, then Miami, then back to Detroit.
A very threatening letter saying that, you know, if we move against them, that they're going to pursue us for legal fees and legal costs, and just very threatening, very bombastic, very bullying.
The 66-year-old was a U.S. rep to the persons with disabilities for 8 years, traveled to 46 states, 4 continents, and has cruised before. Jim just wants his money back, but his attorney, who happens to be blind, sees an opportunity to make sure the cruise line is safe for others.
There was an issue with the fact that he had a hard time using the restroom, and the reason is that it wasn't designed correctly. They were operating a vessel which was not ADA compliant. Had the vessel been ADA compliant and designed the way that U.S. law dictates it needs to be designed, none of these issues and none of these problems would have ever arisen.
And because he has MS, this is becoming a very passionate issue because they're saying he is not afflicted to the point where he is an invalid. So what they're doing now is preparing a complaint. They also have the man who wrote the rules on compliance for cruise ships as one of their star witnesses. And we'll see what happens. Live in Farmington Hills, I'm Glenda Lewis. Back to you.